The Zacks rank, value, momentum, growth, and income all factor into Zacks rank buys.
Well, despite what the market is doing overall, our value strategist, Tracey Ryniec, has managed to find a couple of value stocks that she wants you to know more about, and she's here with me now to impart the information. Deckers Outdoor Corporation, DEC, D-E-C-K, is the ticker symbol. Now, we've talked about this before.
We have. They're the UGGs.
Yeah.
Their name always kind of throws people off, but UGGs and Teva is their other big brand. They're kind of outdoorsy shoes, and they do a lot of accessories and things. They operate both online, and they have some of their own retail stores. They're headquartered in California, but they have a big international business. They're popular in Canada and Australia and other countries, so they are having the currency translation problems.
Right.
In the first quarter that they just reported a couple weeks ago, sales were actually down for the UGGs. It's not unusual this time of year. I mean, UGGs is more than just the boots, but winter is their bigger season. They were down about 7.2, but with constant currency, it was down only about 3, so that's not so bad. And then the Teva brand actually was up quite a bit, up 12% with constant currency. So that brand seems to be, gaining some strength here. People got a little nervous though because they basically kept guidance unchanged. They weren't super bullish. I think they're being cautious given the currency issues and things. And so even though the analysts all liked it, and you can see the earnings estimates are actually trending higher here, the investors are kind of down on this stock. Shares are now hitting 52-week lows. They're off pretty big, and this is maybe creating a buying opportunity here in a solid footwear brand. They're trading about 11 to 12 times. So, this is the cheapest we've seen them in a while. Zacks #2 ranked buy, so I like the story.
All right, and the Teva that you mentioned, not to be confused with
what I'm doing next. I know, I didn't realize that.
Teva Pharmaceuticals.
Till right now.
T-E-V-A, the ticker on that one.
Yes, have that on my mind. These are the big generic drug company. They're in Israel. They have about a 50 billion market cap, so they're one of the bigger players. They've been in the news a lot lately because they were trying to acquire Mylan, and then Mylan is trying to acquire Perrigo, and it's like this whole acquisition thing going on in the generic drug area. They've since said forget it on Mylan, and now they're acquiring the Allergan generic business for about $40 billion. So that's really going to give them a boost. But these generic guys, they kind of need the boost. It's not like they're out there discovering the new drugs. They need, in order to grow, other people to some extent to create these other generics, and then they buy them out.
Just like the young guy who bought that drug patent and raise the price of that drug by how many 1,000%?
Well, that's a little bit different area, but generics hopefully will be a little bit lower price than some of those other stories that you're hearing. But you can see the estimates are trending higher here. The analysts all like these generic drug companies. Demand is there, obviously. And Teva, you can see it's pulled back. It's had a tremendous run. All these generic drug companies, just drugs in general, have been one of the best performing sectors. It's down off these highs. It's trading around 12 times, so it's not too expensive here. This could be a buying opportunity here also in the generic areas. I like the generic story. There's a lot going on in it, but it doesn't look expensive. It does pay the dividend. You get 2.2% as well.
Yeah, that's not bad for a generic drug company.
No.
All right, do you own either one?
I do not.
All right, get on over to our website, Zacks.com, and get to the homepage where you can link to a lot more information on stocks, like stock picking strategies, stocks profiled for your consideration, and of course stock commentary of other sorts. Link to it all right off the homepage. By the way, if you're watching our videos on YouTube, just a reminder, you can comment on them there and you can subscribe to them, so you may want to check that out as well. With Tracey, I'm Terry Ruffalo.